Good morning and happy Saturday, everybody. So, I just saw the craziest movie that premiered yesterday, and I absolutely had to talk about it because, well, I'll get to that in a minute, but first it's my low Muhammad kindness. I would say that my low is, admittedly, I am a little bit tired. I stayed up very late watching the movie last night that I was watching. So late that I never even quite finished it, so I had to finish it this morning. But hey, it's fresh in my head now. So yeah, I can totally do this. My highest, I got to see my folks last night. I went to a Live After 5 at the Elm Chevrolet in Elmira. Hung out at the Illegal Tap House. Hung out with one of my boys who was bartending that night. Went to Elbow Room with my folks later. Elbow Room was awesome. Loved Elbow Room. Elbow Room's got the best wings. They do. How many times have I talked about Elbow Room wings doing this? Holy cow. And I would say that my act of kindness was I ran some errands for my grandmother yesterday. So, now that that's taken care of and out of the way, I gotta talk about this movie because, I saw the trailer for this movie a while back. Actually, what do I do? I gotta say the name of the movie. The movie is They Cloned Tyrone. Now, straight up, I saw the trailer for this movie probably not even a week ago. And I'm like, oh, it looks really cool. You know, it's got John Boyega in it and Jamie Foxx. I love Jamie Foxx. Jamie Foxx is the man. I'm like, wait, it's coming on Netflix? When? Oh, it's this week? So, including Barbie and Oppenheimer, you got They Clone Tyrone coming out. And, I mean, it looks good, but never do you think you're going to get... I mean, come on. Oppenheimer was directed by Christopher Nolan. Barbie was directed by Greta Gerwig, and if my notes are correct. They Clone Tyrone was directed by Jewel Taylor, who... Okay. He's got a few credits to his name. He wrote Creed 2. Hold on a second. Let me look at my other notes. Hold on. I forget. The point is, this movie came legitimately out of nowhere for me. But it looked cool. I love this. I love the style that this movie has, first of all. Yeah, it's very clear it takes place in, I guess, kind of the modern day. It's a retro futuristic neighborhood called the Glen. That's where it takes place. Doesn't actually say, I'm looking up right now, it doesn't actually say where in the country that the Glen is. They just call it the Glen. Okay. And again, that sort of gritty, sort of 70s looking style that, what you see in the old timey movies of the 70s. And it looks really cool. And, you know, I love the cast of this movie, so I had to give it a watch. So, what is the movie about? Well, basically, the movie starts off with this drug dealer named Fontaine, who, within the first 10 minutes of the movie, he's shot and left for dead. But yet, somehow in the morning, he wakes up, and everyone who was really close to him is like, okay, you were dead, what happened? So basically, this is an offbeat conspiracy do I call this a blaxploitation film? I actually am not quite familiar with that. And this really does play on some stereotypes. It does. I mean, within the first, half hour of the movie, you see a commercial about fried chicken. And I think you can piece together what happens in there. And as crazy as this movie really does seem on the surface, it really does make you ask, the important questions. Are we all really being watched all the time? Is the government really doing what we think they're doing, even in the crazy conspiracy theory section? Are we meant to be where we are based on, our environment? These are the questions that this movie is trying to ask, and I think it does a really brilliant job at it, while also being very, very, very funny. Seriously, there were some scenes I just couldn't help but smile and laugh at. And for sure, the climax of the film really is one of the most elaborate sort of plans I think I've seen in years. The sort of plan where even as an audience member, where okay, they're going to find a way to figure out what's going on. They're going to find a way to solve whatever problem it is. But the way they do it is something that you would never expect. And that's another important lesson in this movie too. Just because on the surface, immediately when we see someone, we immediately think of, age, race, and gender, and possibly some other things about their background. But what's in here is worth much more than what you see on the surface. And this movie does a great job of that. I mean, I hesitate to say this because I don't want to get canceled, but I don't really know what else to call her. Let's just say, what do you call her without calling her that? Hold on. Is there a better way for it? Okay, I really can't call her anything else. So, the sex worker, Yo-Yo, played by Tiana Paris, she is, man, I'm sorry I have to say this, she is a hoe, but she has big aspirations. She's really good at writing. She wants to go to Memphis to pursue a career. And Slick Charles, played brilliantly by Jamie Foxx, who is the funniest character in the movie for me. I mean, come on, it's Jamie Foxx. What did you expect? And, it's asking I don't even, see, these kinds of movies for me are hard to talk about because I'm a white guy and I'm trying very hard not to get canceled, so please forgive me if I say anything wrong. Believe me, I don't want to do anything wrong. And it just has so many great twists and turns, and it makes you think. That's what this movie's making me doing. It's making me think, and I mean that in the best possible way. I love this movie. I would totally watch this again if, I only just didn't watch it now. But I will probably watch it again soon. Although, it's funny. The main character who John Boyega plays is Fontaine. Jamie Foxx is Slick Charles the pimp. Tiana Paris is Yo-Yo, the hoe. Quite literally, they both say the line and actually have it play out as a pimp, a hoe, and a drug dealer walk into a bar. They literally say that in the movie, and it actually happens. And not in that order either. It's really funny that way. Although, you're probably wondering, who's Tyrone? Well, that's actually a plot twist that you gotta see to believe. And let's just say it also promotes the idea of assimilation is better than annihilation. It's not the right way to do things, but that's the conclusion that the bad guys come up with in this movie. Oh, I say bad guys. The twist in this movie is actually really good. Like, it really had me think, okay, where is this going from here? But it was really good. I mean, Kiefer Sutherland does a great job of playing the bad guy in this movie. Oh, one of the bad guys. I mean, at the end of the day, you could say, like, the government and the organization at large is the bad guy, and Kiefer Sutherland is, you know, a pawn, if you will. But everything is played out pretty solidly. I really do think this movie really does hit a good stride. It does. You gotta wait, like, it's a little bit slow. I mean, again, for a build of this, it was kind of meant to be. Because movies like this tend to, like, build up. So, if slow build-ups aren't really your thing, I get that. And also, I mentioned that there are stereotypes in this movie. And some people simply aren't comfortable watching stereotypes. I get that. I totally respect that. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, literally everyone, regardless of who they are or where they come from, has stereotypes. We all do. We just simply try our best not to fall into them in the worst possible way. I mean, oh, I'm white. I got stereotypes about me. I just try to completely avoid them. Because, you know, again, what you see on the surface is not what is really a person is all about. You know, don't judge a book by its cover. And again, it really does, this movie does a great job of amalgamizing, like, all of, like, the important lessons that, yeah, they're all stuff we've heard before since probably kindergarten. And even in 2023, it stuns me that we have to hear them now, but it's fact. You know, unfortunately, we still live in times where, you know, we still don't ask the important questions enough. You know, we still have people thinking that the government's out to get us. We still have people think that, you know, there could be eyes everywhere. We still have people believing that, you know, just because you see someone of one background that's not favorable, that they're incapable of doing more. We still, unfortunately, live in a society that's like that. You know, we've come so far, yet we still have so very far to go. But I like to believe that, you know, we're working on it. And, you know, this is the kind of movie that, you know, addresses these sorts of things. And I really think that's why critics are taken aback by this in a very, very, very positive way. Seriously, I literally just looked up the Rotten Tomatoes score for They Clone Tyrone. It's the same as Oppenheimer. They both have 93s. I'm like, I know I literally just said yesterday how I could totally watch a double feature with Oppenheimer and They Clone Tyrone. I could make this a triple feature. Or, sorry, with Mission Impossible. I can make this... I'm sorry, sometimes I get excited and I forget what I'm about to say when I really, really want to say something. I said yesterday how I could watch a double feature with Oppenheimer and Mission Impossible. Thank you. But I can make it a triple feature with They Clone Tyrone. Like, seriously, 2023. Like, I am glad I picked the right year to come back to watching movies on a fairly regular basis, because every movie I've seen that I've wanted to see has been phenomenal. I totally can't wait to see, what comes next in terms of movies I watch. I do plan on watching Barbie just because, honestly, why not? I could totally watch Barbie. I mean, again, Barbie isn't technically a toy I grew up with, but I'll totally, check it out. But yeah. And not to mention, not next week, but the following week, we got Ninja Turtles, dude. I'm seeing Ninja Turtles. It's gonna be awesome. So, yeah, I gotta say, movies like this are really making me glad I'm seeing movies on a regular basis again. And I can't wait to do this again. If you have a Netflix account, I would totally recommend you watch They Clone Tyrone. It's really good. It came out of nowhere, but you know what? Some of the best things in life do come out of nowhere, and it's awesome. I hope you liked this video. If you did, like to subscribe to the YouTube channel, follow me on social media. As always, I am very humble I made this video for all of you guys who watch and enjoy for today. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Saturday. And remember, if any of you guys want to talk or channel, is going to be here to lend an ear. Always everybody, take care and make good choices. 607 all day, baby.